What is up, my peoples? Now this is episode 2 of the 100k journal, and frustration has already kicked in. Now whenever you plan on finally starting going live, I'm saying this from like a beginner standpoint, the worst thing that you can want is just starting straight into like a drawdown or straight into a period of consolidation. The best way to start you might perceive as being just going straight into making new equity highs, but on the contrary, it might even be more beneficial to start going straight into a drawdown or a period of consolidation, because it just hits you with that roadblock straight away to be like, if I can get through this, I'm ready for the growth to come. Because as I said before, I made a video yesterday, the video before this, where I mentioned if you can get past whatever obstacles are in the way, then it's just molding you to be the person you need to be to obtain all those things that you aspire to obtain. And literally straight away into this 100k journal, I've hit my first roadblock, which is like a drawdown, a period of consolidation, or trades not going my way. And yes, it can be super frustrating, but I'm going to dive into the trades that I've taken closing off last week and going into this week. Is currently Wednesday, and you'll see why I can say it's going to be super frustrating. But if you've back tested, you forward tested, and you know what you're doing, kind of thing. You know the real game, the real graft of this Forex game. You know it's not just straightforward. I mean, people paint it as to be this pretty picture where you just make constant gains throughout. No, it doesn't work like that. Okay, you have to endure these tough challenges to then reap the fruits of your labor. So this is that damn hard challenge that I've just literally started off with. But as I said before, the reason why I decided to trade oil in the first place is because it's something that I've dabbled with in the past, and I've mainly posted on my Instagram story. Like, I've never really documented it for YouTube. So now I'm doing that. I'm actually inspired to do it as well, because then I can give you guys an insight as to my my procedure of making these decisions, and my procedure in like trying to stay composed and just like being disciplined. This is the first one, and probably the most important one, as I was saying. So we're gonna start off with closing off last week. Where was we actually? The 17th of January. So I placed a trade, and okay, so let's go over that trade. So I placed a trade, and what happened, I was in profit. I'll show you on later when I go on the charts. At the moment I'm showing you my mobile, because I'll explain the whole workflow. But placed a trade, and I was expecting target price to hit around the $60 per barrel level. Never went there, rejected, and it came back down. But I moved my stop up to £10 and 80p or whatever that was. So I moved my stops up to that level, just to, like, as I said, I bulletproof the trade, and then I move my stop up. It's kind of like a progressive risk management strategy kind of thing, just to secure a bit of profit so you don't like lose everything. So I did that. The market rejected, came back down, stopped me out for that amount. Then I found another opportunity, entered again, thinking, yep, this is a nice one. I put my stops were really small, around £5.72, as I can see right there where I got stopped out. So I put that one on. I'm like, okay, the market's about to turn. Come on, can you hurry up and just do what you're meant to do? But as I said, you can't ever control the market. You just have to just stick to your plan. That's all you can do. Stick to your plan and be disciplined. The moment you start switching because it's not working, then it's like literally the worst thing you can do, and I'll explain in a minute. I still thought there were value at that level, so then again I placed another trade with a bit wider stop loss. I'm really trying to, like, the oil is a very tricky one to trade. Like it runs like between 1.5 and 3.5% a day, so it's very volatile, oil is, and it moves like it really does move when it's moving. So like to trade with a small account is really risky, but as I said, I've endured that pain before on different accounts. So me trying to do this challenge now, I'm just doing it with something, an asset that I'm familiar with, and I don't want to change that, because then the moment I change that, like for example, I'll start on one asset and I'll go straight down, but what comes after straight down? Straight up. So if I go straight down and I decide to stop right there and I go to something else, I might go to something else, and that's in the process of going straight down, and then I might think, I can't be arsed with that. Now I'm going back to oil. Already had that straight up period, so then it's that time of going straight down again. And you can see how that, like, going back and forth, changing strategies and doing this and the other, can really just make you continuously go downhill. But when you stick to the game plan, as I'm saying, that's when it really starts to change. So I'm not really flinching at the moment. This is just like a little tickle. I'm trying to get to me, but it's not gonna happen. As I said, you stay strong through the hard times, and then you'll endure the fruits of your hard labor. I'm using this little replay tool quickly to kind of just like elaborate on the points that I was showing you earlier. So as I said, those are the two first trades that I taken. I put my stops that were around 58 200, but then as we can see, we kept moving, and this was, I think, the Monday morning. Yeah, because that was the Friday's close. This was the Monday morning. The market went straight up. I'm like, okay, seems like we're in a chance to hit that $60 per barrel. Got this rejection, and I thought to myself, I could either, if I take this rejection, obviously I'm not sticking through to my plan, and I'm just jeopardizing myself, because if I keep taking profits too early, then over time it's just me self-jeopardizing basically. So I didn't do that. I didn't change the system, stuck to it. But as I said, I did move stops up from break even to around the 58 200 level. We got stopped out, I think, by this candle, and then I thought another opportunity presented itself. The market still decided not to break below the 58 per dollar barrel. Again, we got stops out, still a rejection, not closing below that 58 per dollar barrel. So I'm like, okay, still got an opportunity here. Unless the market breaks and close below that level, I can see it going up. Then we got this massive bullish candle. I'm like, yes, it's time. A double bottom, the market's about to go up, hit my profit target, happy days. No, it decided to just continue going down, decided to go down and make a new low. Obviously I can't just stick to it and say, oh, it's gonna go up and just keep holding, because that's just stupid. I can see the market's created lower lows on a lower time frame. Market's broken and closed. I'm like, okay, oil obviously wants to go down, and when oil wants to go down, oil goes down. And so I'm not even going to debate with that. So I got in on a position, because previously, if you follow me from Instagram, you know I've traded oil, and I decided to choose this commodity because I'm used to it and I don't want to change it up. I want to go with something I'm used to. So I know that from previous trading, when oil decides to go down, it's going to go down. So I got in a short position. I am kind of thinking where it can go, but for now I've got my eyes on this $52 per barrel range. But if it does do that for the start of the year and then goes back up throughout the end of the year, mid-year kind of thing, then I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, we're holding that for now. That's the position that we're in. I'll go over to the spreadsheet over here, and you can see the little, like, just the literally sideways. The account's literally going sideways. Now over here you can see that I did add a bit more, because as I said, I did lose those two positions, and previously, as I mentioned, there's a minimum that I have to have in the account to trade oil. Win big, but you also lose big. That's why you have to really manage risk. And 16% is obviously way too much, but because of the account size, I really have no choice. As you can see from previous trades, like, you know, I could be making the same I'm making with 16% from 1 or 2%. So yeah, it's just a part of the journey, a part of the game. I'm not going to just give in, because you can see from the graph here, I'm literally going up and down and sideways and no account highs, but that's to come. I'm not going to decide just to jump ship now. The moment I decide to jump ship, it might start to float again, and now I'm in the ocean. I'm like, where do I go from here? I jump on another ship that decides to float, and yeah, the journey just continues going downhill from there. So we're not going to do that. We're going to stick to the plan, play it out, and see how it all goes. I mean, that's why you back test and forward test, to make sure that what you're doing makes sense. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see what's to come with these new lows oils are creating for the year. So yeah, I'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully we can find some juicy trades in there to get us faster and closer to that 100k mark, so we can get some real excited crap going on. That being said, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and I will see you when the next opportunity presents itself. Oh, that's a good one, that is. I think I might end the video like that. I will see you when the next opportunity presents itself. I like that. That's how I'm going to end my videos from now on. Bye bye.